So Big Woods is sitting down again.
That we are.
Nice.
Yes, we
Back
are.
at it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the official opening weekend of archery season 2025. My question is, are you guys ready? That's the question.
That's $1 million question.
I am ready.
Looking at you guys.
I'm ready.
You're ready?
I want
Are you ready?
I want to get up there. The only archery, I don't know if you even call it archery, a crossbow when we shot that. I mean, we didn't go hunting with it, but I shot it when we were up there last time.
Did you never shoot a regular bow?
I tried to pull back. I tried to pull back Myron's, but the wingspan.
But
it's not because I'm not strong.
You've been working out lately.
It's our wingspan, dude.
You've been working out, right, Hayden?
Yeah.
I hear a lot of wingspan excuses.
I think Eric had an excuse about a bad shoulder or something. What was that?
I got a broken collarbone over here.
Oh, man.
But I shot the crossbow.
So crossbow it is.
You shot the mission crossbow,
yeah,
right?
But that's a completely different world when you're up there in the tree.
But that's such a great thing to start out with.
Yeah.
Because you can just grab and go.
You're right.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to get your yardage right. You can go out and peg anything.
Yeah.
So it's a great way to start. But I'm wondering from you guys' perspective, like, what do you think when you think opening weekend of hunting archery season? Like, we have these, like, we have this thought, right? We have this anxiety and excitement about what's coming because of the prior years. But like for you guys, what do you think about when you think about opening weekend?
I have no idea. I have no idea. Archery, I mean, you're up in the tree at all times, right?
I mean,
when you're hunting,
you don't have to be. I mean, I've ground hunted before.
The nice thing about a crossbow is it does give you that option to hunt more on the ground because you got more distance. You don't have to.
Right.
I mean, you can hunker in a brush and lay in a sniper position, prone on the ground if you want.
Yeah,
and be able to shoot it. So you got options.
Yeah,
you have one spot that has a ground blind.
Yeah, but I mean,
maybe
ground hunting is underrated. I honestly think that guys in the future, people are going to do it more and more.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
I think obviously getting up in the trees that gets you out of the line of sight,
right,
may help with scent a little bit
and better sight. You can see them come just out of the brush.
Yeah,
exactly. But back to the opening weekend. I mean, I'm excited.
Yeah,
right. This leads up to some like 2 months out. I'm stoked.
So with this, because this is something with us, we've never had an opening weekend. We've never even thought about the experience. And for us right now, it's kind of like, I really don't know.
Yeah, I'm
curious from your guys' perspective, like what is it about the opening weekend that really is so exciting? Because for newcomers like me, it's like we get to start getting into it. It's like how you were saying, like we can go up there and go up this weekend and see like what we can get. Like I'm super excited for that, but it's like what else comes like
with that?
Yeah, what comes with it?
It's like guys that train for the NFL, except at a much
because
it's like you're training and training right, and then the opening weekend it's like not NFL, maybe more like baseball. It's like the first handful of games aren't that important. The opening weekend is like really not that. It's not common that I'm actually going to be out there hunting hardcore the opening weekend. Mm-hmm. In fact, the last couple of years, I don't think we hunted that much opening weekend because the weather seems to often be off.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I'm a huge weather hunter. I like to hunt when there's cold fronts. When you get that 20-degree dip, that's when I like to get out there, right? Yeah. And what's really helpful this year is that we've found a lot more hunting locations. So we've been in this area for 5 years now, right? The first 3 years we were building the cabin, we were working hard. Actually, the third year in, we were establishing some of the food plots. We didn't have time to really check out public land.
Yeah.
But the last 2 years, we started to do more and more scouting, and scouting is huge. I mean, if you want to be successful in archery hunting, scouting is number one, right? So we're slowly building more and more locations. So now, even though the weather's not going to be optimal this weekend, we can either hunt the property and shoot some doe, or we can around the fringe edges, or we can go to public land. And most likely hunt public.
On opening weekend, are you typically going up to your private land, or does it vary? Would you go to public?
Well, so I mean, when you say go to our private land, I mean our cabin's on our private land, right?
Would you go to your cabin?
Stay there, but we're surrounded by public land,
right? So you'll go out.
Yeah, I mean, there's a ton of public land, so there's so much opportunity to just make that decision when you're there, and we'll basically. I mean, sometimes I won't make the decision, or we won't make the decision until we get up in the morning. Okay. And we check the wind direction, we check our cameras again. It's mostly wind direction, right? But I won't make a final decision. Like I'm very much instinctual hunter. Like I like to just trust my instincts.
Right.
And you have your locations that you've had the best activity on. You kind of learned over the last couple of years where to go, what I should first check out, and based on the that year's scouting, right?
Right.
You learn
right.
more. Like you have a spot this year. You can tell them about that. Like that's a real obvious location to jump into.
Yeah, and in the beginning of the deer season or archery season, it's warm and the deer are just not as active early in the season. Typically, I mean, you can pattern a deer a lot of times. And if you can get him in his natural patterns, you can have good success early season. But our property, the way it's been set up, is still not where it should be habitat wise. So it's basically in the rut, which I don't know if you guys know what the rut is. We might have to talk about that at some time.
I don't.
You're gonna have to explain.
I do not.
Basically, when the boys get all excited about the girls and they start chasing them.
Oh, okay.
It's like breeding season, and the bucks start really getting crazy.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Testosterone is high, and they're going nuts. They're starting to tear all over the woods, and they're not as they're just crazy. They take more risks. They can't think of anything but girls.
Yeah.
So they're just they're a lot more active. So that's what end of October, beginning of November.
Yeah.
So those parts of the season are definitely the best for the way our property is set up as of now.
Because they're a lot more active. They're moving.
So we're going to go up there this weekend. Like he said, we'll maybe push into edges of the property, but basically let the property rest. Let everybody else, all the neighbors, chase them and push them onto our property. That'd be great. That'd be ideal.
Was there any preparation leading up to this season that you guys had to do specifically, or?
Yeah, and that really
Oh my goodness.
that ties into the hype. I mean, that's why you
For
get hype
sure.
because you work so hard.
All that work, all season. Like it's all season
all
long.
year round doing the food plot.
It's not
getting
even just
everything
that.
ready.
It's establishing, more locations on public land,
Right.
putting out minerals. Yeah, the food plot work. We did some hinge cutting this spring. So back up. In March of this past year, we did a lot of this year, we did a lot of land management. We added a couple bedding pockets. And to Gerald's point, we need to do way more of that. We need to be doing probably 80% more than what we did this year to get the property to where it needs to be.
We'll get it there.
In fact, we actually jumped onto one of the land programs that you can sign up for in Pennsylvania. Maybe we'll get that.
Hang on. Could you guys run chainsaws, by the way?
I have.
Okay.
We're going to need that.
Yeah, I know how to use one.
All right, go ahead.
It's so much work. So
I'm going to be missing going up to that trip. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
man,
unless you live there, you really can't get that much accomplished in a year's time. Like it's a work in progress. It takes years to get a property to where it needs to be if you don't use land managers. And that's the other thing. In another podcast, we should probably talk about land management and just talk about that because at about 100 to 200 acres, if you're just hobby hunting and hobby land management,
right,
you really can't manage more than that. Above 200 acres, you really need land managers. And so we're actually hiring land managers to come in for the 2026 season to help us get it established.
That's awesome.
Because we're not holding the deer like we need to on the property now.
Oh, I
it's
see.
Good, but it's
too
not
open.
great.
It's too open.
They don't want to bed there. They just kind of like we were saying back when they start going through that rut season, they're running through chasing the doe, but they're not really living on our property.
Yeah,
like
they're
they
not
should.
staying in one spot and like
they're passing through, but
there.
it's not their living room like it should be.
Yeah.
That's
and
why
land management helps with that.
Yep.
A lot. Yeah.
Opening up canopy, getting sunlight to the ground, getting that undergrowth to really grow thick, have more browse food, and better bedding areas. So
yeah, that makes sense.
It's a work in progress, but all that work, like you said, all year long, you doing this in preparation for these next 2 months.
2 months, yeah.
Or even like a month of really, really strong hunting.
So that's why it's so exciting.
It just makes it even another level.
Yeah.
Yeah. To touch on that recap. So this spring we did, March and April, we did a couple bedding pockets, or cut in a couple bedding pockets. We moved some tree stands around. And what else were we doing out there early in the spring?
How do you figure out where to put the tree stands?
Just
so I'm like, do you just find a tree and
no.
just throw it in?
So number one for myself is access. You don't put a tree. You don't go walk into the woods and go, okay, here's a great spot. I like this spot. I'm going to put this tree stand here.
Right.
And you really establish it based on access. You plan your property around access.
Okay.
You want to get into your stand location with minimal intrusion, right? So you really want to work from the outside in, and every property is designed so differently. You really have to, it's case by case. So that's number one, right? Is access. And then you got to go to where the deer are moving between bedding, right? Where they're laying down, where they're feeling safe, and then to where they're browsing during the day. The deer browse a lot.
Okay.
How many times a day do the deer browse?
I mean, it's every few hours kind of.
Yeah, they're moving around a lot. I'm just saying technically, I forget the exact amount they say they browse a day, but it's a lot. So it's access, it's browse where they're feeding, right? It's their cover where they feel safe. So all that stuff you got to kind of tie together, and that takes time.
Yeah.
You can't buy a property, and unless you have been doing this for 20 years and know exactly where to put things immediately, we piece it together fairly quickly. But our property has some complications, but it's really unique in the sense that on the one side there's a horseshoe or like a dog leg. On the other side there's a dog leg.
Yeah.
So we can really capitalize on those tops and getting them established.
Right.
But again, it just takes time. So we had no food anywhere. Right. We're in the big woods.
Yeah.
So we wanted to cut in. We have 7 different food plots now that we established over time. And then you got to get the soil up to where it needs to be. It's very acidic up there. There's a lot of shale.
Yeah.
So that takes a lot of work as well.
That's a lot. There's a lot that goes into it.
It's never ending.
Yeah. Never
But it's
ending.
fun. It's a lot of fun. I mean, we'll probably get burned out with it someday, but for now, it's a lot of fun.
Well, that's good.
So, do you think that you guys did more scouting this year than you did in any other
I for
year?
sure did.
Like
Maybe you did more,
I didn't do more, but it keeps adding on top of each other because the scouting that you do 3 years, or 3 years that I did 3 years ago is still relevant today. Although I will say the spot that I shot my deer last year is on a bench coming off the top from one saddle to another. And that bench has very little activity this year. I walked it twice now and I'm not seeing the sign. I'm not seeing, the movement on the cameras. So I'm really not sure I'll hunt that area much at all.
And every year can be different. I mean, one year could be totally different from year to year.
Yeah.
Depends on the acorn crop. But then maybe a food source changed. The neighbor or the farmer did a different crop this year. Maybe he did corn instead of bean. Everything can change
so it's constant,
from year to year.
Yeah, so it's constant scouting.
Right. There's certain generalities and areas and areas that are kind of good every year, but it always changes some.
Yeah.
So you just build on, like he said, year to year, you build on the knowledge you had previously and adjust and, go from, I mean, I don't know. There's certain spots, I guess, that we pretty much can figure on, but especially public land. I mean, the property you can build to make them kind of go where you want them to in a way, but the public land especially is going to change from year to year.
So you were saying knowledge. What's one thing that both of you guys have learned in the last year that you're going to be applying to the first hunt?
Oh boy.
Because that's the thing is you said knowledge, so I'm curious.
The
What
last
you're learning.
year
I still got a lot to learn.
Yeah, just specifically the last year. What do you think you've learned is like a key takeaway that you're excited to like take that knowledge into this upcoming season?
Yeah, that's a great question. I would probably say that I gained a lot more knowledge on thermals.
Yeah, that's definitely one thing for sure.
I would probably say that for any new hunters starting out, there's 2 ways to learn as fast as possible, and that's you can never take away from just getting out in the woods and walking, scouting. You take a day, you just walk.
Well, what does scouting exactly look like for you guys when you're doing it?
So I start with scouting
question.
digitally. Like I'll get on my Onyx, right, and I'll search through all the maps in the areas that I want to hunt, and I'll find key points of interest. And you can't learn that overnight, right?
Right.
I really like to find all the saddles and I'll show you on a map sometime where it comes together and it's kind of shaped like a saddle. That defines a lot of movement, and then where the deer bedding, where the deer feeding, right? Where they browsing, and tying all that together. And you just kind of learn. So back to what I was saying about learning for a beginner, I would say 2 things: scout, spend a lot of time in the woods looking for deer sign, understanding deer sign, figuring out what they like to eat, where they like to go for cover and feel safe, right? And watch a lot of YouTube videos because there's a lot of really, really good teaching on YouTube for beginner hunters.
Okay.
So those 2 things, scouting and figuring out on YouTube and all the content there.
That's because we went out, we did like a little scouting event last time we were both up at the cabin together, which was really awesome. So we went up and we were just kind of, he was showing me kind of as we were going up the hill and showing me how to understand which way the wind was actually going to be blowing. So that way the scent's moving in the right direction. And as we were kind of going up this hill, actually saw a whole bunch of doe. And we just consistently were just seeing them, and we were just
remember I was telling you there's going to be doe up here, and we kicked them off.
And so he was kind of walking me through about like, hey man, like we're going to see some right up here, but you have to be careful and just watch your footwork, watch where you're going, and kind of pay attention to the mountain, how the mountain's working and the wind. And like to me, that was a big lesson for myself, just learning with it. Like that was really fun when we kept sneaking up on them. And we're finding just really cool spots to go to.
Are you geared up too when you're scouting, or?
So no, I mean, I'll take maybe my binoculars, my camera, obviously a fresh battery. I mean, a full charge phone because I'm dropping pins.
Right.
I have hundreds and hundreds of pins on my, drop pins from locations. But back to what we were saying about the access, like that's still, even when you're scouting, that's important. A lot of guys don't realize, go into your scouting areas when the wind is right for that area.
Right.
But speaking to the importance of scouting again, last 2 times I took a huge day, right, to scout and just walk miles.
Yeah.
Each one of those times I would find 1 to 2 really good locations each time.
Didn't you say you were walking for like 6 miles one time?
Oh yeah.
Like you went on like a crazy scout. You were just gone.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's guys that'll walk 15 miles in a day in a scouting mission, just covering ground and just piecing it together.
Yeah.
Right. But my point is that each of those times I did that, like last year, I found 2 spots that I thought were really good. The first sit I shot a buck.
Oh, really?
2 years before that was the same thing. I had done a full day of scouting in this area, found the location I thought was really hot.
Yeah.
And my first sit I shot a buck. That's a little unusual, right?
Right.
But again, just speaking to the importance of scouting.
But
like
back to your scouting and how to, like he said, the 2 biggest keys probably is first going online, aerial maps.
Yeah.
Finding what you, and that's something that I think we've learned a lot, at least I have, is terrain features, how deer use terrain features. It's probably the biggest thing I am learning.
Okay.
So if you go online, find these areas, saddles, benches, drainages, whatever.
Right.
Then you go out and check the terrain, and then you find sign there. You start at your high percentage places, get on the ground, and just start finding sign.
I have one more question about scouting. Sorry, we're going through it too much. But on public land, when you scout, is there ever an instance where I'm sure hunters are very good with each other at times, but do you guys ever cross paths where like territory becomes an issue at all or anything like that?
Oh, you hear? I mean, I've never had any severe issues, but absolutely.
Yeah.
But you just try to be respectful,
Right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's the thing that's tricky about public land is that you really are hunting. I think I referenced this last time. You really are also hunting other hunters.
Right. Yeah.
You're not hunting them, but you're very aware of what they're doing.
Right.
Because you can do early season scouting and find some really good locations. And if 1 or 2 guys are blowing that out, there goes your spot.
Right.
So you need options.
Yeah.
I really prefer to have a minimum of 30 locations going into the season that I think are good locations.
Yeah.
Because think about this. What about your wind, right? How many of these locations are good on any given day for wind? You pull into the area and you see too many hunters. Now I got to go to the next spot.
Yep.
Right. There's so many things to think about like that. Sometimes I've gone into a spot and sat down and the wind wasn't what I thought it was, and I get down and leave and go somewhere else.
Right. Yeah.
Like it's really important. Your access and wind is huge.
Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah.
But you'll have hunters sometimes. I mean, and like we were saying, when you do that scouting, you go online, watch the maps, look at the terrain. You go out to those places, and bam, there's a trail camera.
Yeah, they've done the same thing.
They did the same thing.
Yes, that's what I thought.
You got to adjust it. The hunters, like you said, when they zig, you got to zag sometimes. But
yeah.
And there's instances where people steal trail cameras, and
oh, really?
There's some crazy people out there. But for the most part, hunters are fairly decent
respectable
people. Yeah,
that's good.
How much of a difference does minerals and trail cameras make for your hunt? Because that's something I know. Like Myron, you're showing me all the time what all of your trail cams are picking up, so you're able to see. And like when we went up turkey hunting, checking out the trail cam, saying, "Hey, there's something over here. We know that we could check this direction because something was just over here earlier." Like that's a huge impact on the hunt, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, minerals are, I don't know.
It's almost more for an inventory thing.
It is. Minerals, you're going to plop the minerals in front of the camera. I mean, some guys are convinced that they see significant antler growth if they put the right mineral out.
Yeah.
I don't really deny or buy that. I just use it because the deer are attracted to it.
Because it's in Pennsylvania, you're not allowed to bait. So mineral is considered a bait. So you can only put that out in the summer months. So you have to take it out, a month
before
the season.
There can be no trace.
So we'll put it out in the summertime, give them some nutrition or whatever. But it's almost used more to attract the deer and see what's in the area. And then the cameras are kind of the same thing. You do your scouting, put a camera out, and it'll tell you what buck are in the area, but it really doesn't narrow it down exactly. It's just another tool that you can use. It helps a lot for sure.
Can you describe like what the minerals and stuff are for anyone who's listening who doesn't know what?
Like what's actually in it?
Yeah, or like
I'd have to look at the ingredients.
Is it just something
it's
that
soil
they eat? Is it for the soil or?
Yeah, no, it's for the deer to get adequate minerals and content and vitamins and stuff and salt and stuff like that.
And for doe that are carrying fawns,
helps keep them healthy.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, and there's a lot of those minerals that are too, high in salt. There's better quality ones than others, and there's a lot of things in the hunting industry. There's a lot of hype and oversell, in my opinion. A lot of this stuff.
Hunters are real gullible.
Exactly. In the spring, summer, and fall.
That's gonna help me get it.
Oh yeah, they're the worst for falling for these gadgets, and myself included. Like I've tried so many things, but in the spring, summer, and fall, the deer really have all the food they need. Right, because everything's greened out. There's a lot of opportunities, so they really don't need it. But to have a little bit of supplement is nice.
Yeah.
So, and like you said, because of fawns in the spring, it's kind of good for them as well.
And with you guys going up this weekend, you said the weather's not going to be the greatest. Does that change anything as far as your strategy?
Oh,
maybe?
Completely.
It does.
If there was a 20-degree, weather drop, for example, this weekend, like as we're going into the weekend,
right,
I would maybe push further into some core spots.
Okay.
And not be afraid to blow them for the risk of, or for the opportunity of potentially shooting one of the target buck.
Okay.
But no, it completely changes it. For me, it's just a thing of, I got to get out.
Yeah, just get out.
At some point, you just got to get out. So again, I won't go into areas on our property that I'm really concerned about, hampering with pushing out some of the core buck. But there's so many spots that I have now. I have so many options, right? We have so many locations that we can go to.
Yeah.
And the other thing too is doe management. Like our property, since we bought it, wasn't too populated in doe. Like if you have too many doe on a property, they can actually push out the buck.
Yeah.
So it's not too bad, but we could take a few out.
Yeah, we probably should.
I think that, so we loaded up on doe tags, and this is probably a decent time. That's another conversation. I go out in opening weekend or the second weekend, and I'm like, I should shoot a doe, but I'm sitting up there. And I'm like, I don't want to mess anything up. What if my target buck comes down the trail, through the woods 5 minutes later? And I'm always just like, it's just a doe.
I see.
But like, we need to take a few out. So it'll be fun to go up there. And my son, he's almost 15.
Yeah.
Give him the opportunity to shoot a doe. He got a new bow this year.
Awesome.
So it's always like figuring out, do you keep pushing in, you playing it safe? So it's like a constant tango back and forth. Like, do I go in at this exact moment or not?
And it even makes it tougher when you have a cabin 4 or 5 hours away.
Yeah.
You go for the weekend, you want to hunt.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
No matter what the situation is, but it's still so important to hunt the high percentage days because, you hear this, everybody says, you can't shoot them from the couch.
Yeah.
Well, it's true. I mean, you can't, but there's also this saying, which I believe is more true, that how does it go? It says hunt less for more success. So you have to go into high percentage days. You're just blowing out the woods and you're burning yourself out.
Yeah.
You sit out in the woods 5 times and not see a deer. Well, you get burned out.
If
Plus
you did your research.
Right.
Like if you did your scouting, if you know where they are, if you really put in the time, less is more.
I was here to listen to one guy that was saying, on average, this is just a generality, but if for an average hunter, his success rate for a particular sit is about 2 to 5%.
Oh wow!
So which is really low. But if you're in a bad spot with bad wind, you're down to like 1%.
Yeah.
Right.
But if you play it right in the right situation, the right wind, everything's right, you can bump that percentage maybe to 50%.
Right.
Like you really got to be strategic.
Yeah.
So that goes like with how you're saying of like the prep work of the whole year round, getting everything ready. You're just trying to increase that 2%.
Exactly.
And stay at peak. So you could actually go out there less, but get more.
Yep.
And
that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
And it's, it is like anything else in life. You get out exactly what you put in.
Right.
The guys that are successful on a regular basis put a lot of time in.
Right.
There's no shortcuts.
And for, let's say, for new hunters like Eric and I, if we're out there, what is there a big difference, I guess, in strategy or anything along those lines as going straight for the buck right away, or just trying to go after the doe management side of things? Like, is there much of a difference, or whatever's out there, you're just going for it?
I mean, you're at the phase of you're drinking out of a fire hydrant. That's just the truth.
You know, public land, you're not necessarily trying to manage the doe necessarily.
Yeah, right.
Because you can't.
Yeah.
It's just not, the numbers don't. So you do what you want to do. If you want to
right.
shoot a doe, you shoot a doe.
Yeah.
If you want to hold out and not blow your cover for a big buck, you do that, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
so for us, it's just rookies coming in
for
there.
For you guys, I would go out and kill a doe. That'd be my first.
Yeah, that's
if it was me, it was my first time. That would be my goal.
Just want to get something.
Shoot fill the freezer.
Yeah.
Or even shoot a small buck. I mean, you don't have to hold out for these big bucks. Shoot something that makes you happy.
And how long do you hold out for until, like, do you know, like, for the big buck coming in, or like
he's shot more big bucks than I have, so I'm just trying to shoot a little bit bigger one every year.
Right.
I'm at the point where I'm going to usually pass up a couple smaller ones. I don't know. It's all a preference thing.
They're around though, right?
And,
I mean, they're
and
around,
it's like
for sure.
not everyone wants to hunt the same.
Yeah.
I mean, everything on you watch on TV or YouTube is like just the big buck that gets all the clicks and likes and followers and subscribers. But honestly, like most hunters just want to go out and have a good time.
Yeah.
And good for them.
Yeah.
But if as you do it a lot, you want to have success by shooting the bigger and bigger buck.
Right.
The mature buck over 3-4 years old, that's what you want to go for, is the older buck. For me, I would rather shoot a smaller rack but more mature buck than a young buck that's bigger.
Yeah. I see.
They just get smarter with each passing year.
Yeah.
And we have a buck on our property right now that we're both like dialed in on. He's not the biggest one we shot, but he's been around since the beginning of our cabin.
Yeah, we got to get that.
We are
He's been dodging you. It's the chase,
a dodgy one.
Oh
man.
yeah, and he's so. I missed him once.
He is so cautious. Like
really?
he has different mannerisms almost than some of the other deer.
Wow.
Like he'll come up into the mineral sites just really cautious and
yeah.
I mean he's crazy.
He looks like he's put Myron through the ringer. Myron just had a
how many
real
times
look
you
on
miss
his
him?
face, man.
Oh, he missed him once.
Okay.
So right at dark, he comes down a trail and he stops. I drew back and it was really quiet night. He heard me draw back and he was not far. It was like 25 yards. And so he stops and then he starts moving again. And I knew when he would go like another like 5-6 yards, he was going to be up against this cover, this thick stuff. And I wanted a shot. So I had to hurry. And he looked back right when I drew back, like I said, and I shot. He ducked, and I was a little high, and he ducked, and the combination I shot right over him.
Oh yeah.
Two mornings later, I go back out, down on the same top, but just down a couple hundred yards, and here he comes down the trail the opposite direction. And this guy's so smart. He comes down the trail. I came in this way. He comes down the trail this way. The minute he hits my scent line, he stops. And
right where he had walked
down,
across the trail.
I'm all like, I got the wind in my favor. It's going the opposite direction.
Right.
And he just knew. So he like turns around and goes around the backside of the tree. And that's where I drew back. So now I'm drew back. He's right under my tree, but I couldn't shoot because there's a smaller shrub underneath my tree. And just for like a minute, he just stood there and just studied the situation. Where a young buck or a doe would have just been fine.
Yeah.
Something was off.
Yeah.
And after a while, he just like wiped away and disappeared.
That's crazy.
So he's
so
been
smart.
there for years.
Yeah, we're not sure how old he is, but if he's the same one, which we think he is, he's got to be pretty old.
He is.
I mean, 6 or 7.
First or
Good
second
for him.
year,
Which
he
is
was
old
an
for a
8
deer.
point.
Yeah.
Can you typically tell when they're the same, like the same one?
Usually, not always, but
It's
usually you
hard
can
from
tell
year to-
because they kind of continue to grow about the same.
Okay.
We've gotten them confused if we thought we were right and we weren't.
Yeah.
But like Zorro, the buck we dubbed Zorro, we
a cool
could
name.
tell that he was the same buck.
certain characteristics year to year.
Oh,
Right.
Interesting. Yeah.
But for you guys, I mean, if it was me, obviously you have to shoot a legal buck, and in Pennsylvania you have to have at least 3 points on the one side. So
Okay.
Has to be at least a 5
the one side
point.
of the antler has to have at least 3
three
points
on one side,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
right.
The other side could be a little spike, and the other side have 3 points.
Really? Okay.
Mhm.
That's a legal buck. So if I was you guys, I would go out and get a kill, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just get a kill.
Get anything
And
that
then,
we can.
then every
Work
year
your
you
way
can
up.
kind of take it and decide, hey, do
Yeah.
I want to shoot a bigger one? What do I want?
And that's how I
yeah.
feel about it. That's something like I just kind of want to go out there and experience
Yeah,
it.
absolutely.
That's for me. Like I don't matter, or I don't mind if it's a doe or if it's a buck.
Do you have doe tags
I
this
do.
year? You
Yeah,
have for
yeah.
up at the cabin
I've
in that
got
area?
both areas.
Nice.
So-
Okay.
Basically,
I
we
gotta
just
work on
gotta have
that.
you kill something, cut out
Mhm.
the back straps, and cook them that night.
I'm in.
You can't beat
I'm
that.
in,
Can't
baby.
beat that. Yeah.
I'm
Can't beat
ready.
that.
Yeah.
Boil the heart
Yeah.
in the stove and slice that with some mayo and some salt and
My
bread.
heart is just like beating right now, thinking of like in that moment right before you let go. Like that
Yeah.
that must be pretty exhilarating.
It
You
is.
Yeah.
especially when a bigger deer, you have to control your excitement. It'll
Right.
get out. I mean, you can have that blackout moment
Yeah.
really quick where you just
Man.
rush a shot and don't even think.
Does that rush feel
You
the same
have to
every
still your mind and be
Mhm.
really disciplined, or it can get out of.
Yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause
once you've shot a handful of deer, you're like you shoot a doe or a young buck. But if you shoot a mature whitetail,
You're freaking
I don't
out.
care if you've done it for 25 years. Your hands are going to be.
Yeah.
Dude,
I don't
when
care
you're
how
sitting,
tough you are, you're going to be shaking.
you're sitting out there for hours in the woods, like you're starting to get bored and like nothing's happening. And all
Mhm.
of a sudden, he's walking.
Something
Then
happens.
it's like heart rate through
That's
the
so
roof.
Well, it's the whole
That's
thing. It's the
crazy.
work you put in to get out there, right?
Mhm.
It's getting out there, and it's the hours of boredom, like you said, just sitting there, right? Sometimes you can sit 3 or 4 sits and not see anything. But and then to have them come to the woods is one thing. And then to come close enough for a shot, then to get a shot back, and then actually connect and kill.
Yeah.
It's pretty special.
Are there different arrows? Is that the right term?
Yeah.
Are there different ones you'd have to
Different arrowheads or
pick,
something.
different heads or anything like that?
So when you're just target practicing, you just use like a field tip.
Okay, right.
But when you're hunting, actually hunting for deer, you'll use like a broad, what they call a broadhead. That there's mechanical and
There's a
fixed
sharp
ones that are
cutting
just
blade
fixed
on it.
blades.
Yeah.
The ones that open when on impact on the deer.
But you're not, you don't have like that's the only one when hunting, right? It's not like you see the difference between a buck and a doe.
that's a great
you're like
question.
grabbing
No, you're
a
just
different
using
one.
one
or
arrow.
same
something.
arrow.
Okay, same
Yeah,
arrow.
yeah.
Yeah, because
You'll
I
use that to shoot a buck,
Right.
a doe, or a stinking coyote if he comes across
Got
your
it.
path,
Yeah,
whatever.
that's cool.
One set of broadheads.
Awesome.
But I can't wait to get you guys out there.
Yeah.
I cannot
I'm
wait
excited.
to just get out there, get you up in a tree, right?
Yeah.
Get all situated. That's a
Climb up
process
that
right
shit.
there.
Yeah.
And you guys don't need much for this weekend. I mean, you have a
Mhm.
crossbow, right? That they could
Yeah, you
use
have a
potentially.
crossbow.
I have one.
Yeah.
We're good with broadheads and all that stuff. Just bring a little bit of camo. It's not going to be
Mhm.
cold. You don't
Right.
need warm clothes.
I have a saddle. I found my saddle then.
Where did you find that thing?
I was just buried in the bottom.
He was determined someone stole his saddle.
Oh,
I'm like,
really?
Myron, it's
Yeah,
around this
it's,
mess
um,
somewhere.
So I've a question. I've asked Myron this before, but it's for new hunters who are listening. When you finally get something, how do you celebrate? Because I know Hayden and I, we're so accustomed to sports. I'm a loud person. I'm so used to like yelling, like, let's go, like getting so hyped and
Yeah.
excited. Do you guys like, so you generally want to keep quiet because you don't want to risk?
I don't make any noise.
Yeah, you
It
just want to
depends
be
on the
silent?
situation. I mean, if you shoot a deer with a bow and he runs off, you don't want to make a lot of noise and chase him out of the county and you're never going
Yeah.
to find him. You hope he doesn't know what happened. A lot of
Mhm.
times they got shot. They really don't know what happened to them. They just,
Well-
and so they'll just sneak off and bed down and die.
Yeah.
So
But if you're
when,
loud, he's going to take off.
so
Yeah.
when you hit them, they don't drop immediately.
Sometimes it
So-
depends
so
In
on
the
the shot.
sweet spot.
Yeah.
Sometimes they'll drop in sight. Then you can make all the noise you want. But
Yeah.
if they go off and you don't see them drop, you want to be quiet.
So sometimes they'll be running and
Yep.
you have to go chase after them and
You
go
have to
find
trail them.
But it kind of ties into the scouting conversation because like these spots are sacred to me.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
No, I'm serious.
Yeah.
I they're sacred to me. I sneak in there so quiet and I sneak back out so quiet.
That's awesome.
I am just like,
Sniper.
well, you
Yeah.
you gotta have that mindset. You're trying not to like I'm trying not to touch leaves when I walk through the woods,
Mhm.
branches that are hanging down. You're
Right.
stepping. So it's and then you shoot and you make a good connection and take the deer runs or drops, and it's just sacred.
Mhm.
Now in rifle season is a little different. You're shooting at longer distances, and then those are situations there where
you make
guys
noise when
will
you
whoop, whoop, whoop,
Yeah.
they'll let
Oh,
somebody
yeah.
know
Yeah.
they got something, but you can do whatever you want.
Mhm.
I mean, but for me in archery, I'm probably going to stay quiet.
what I really, really want to see is you guys gutting your first deer. That I want
I'd
to
love
see.
it.
And so,
Yeah.
so there's a tradition that we have
That'd be
that's
crazy.
like it's like sacred.
Okay.
I'm grinning, but I'm actually very serious.
Okay.
When you shoot your first
You got to
deer,
eat the left testicle.
no, you're not far off. When you,
Not
shoot,
far off.
when you shoot your first deer, you gut it.
Yeah.
When we cut out the heart because we boil it,
Okay.
you have to take a bite of the heart raw.
Oh,
Oh.
wow.
It's like a sacred
I'll do it.
Indian ritual.
I'll do
But
it.
Jared,
I
have
wouldn't
to.
do
Yeah.
it. I
It's
never did it.
tradition.
I won't do it.
Yeah.
No, yeah, you did.
That started in the next
I'm kidding.
generation.
Oh, I was ready to
No.
do it. I was ready to do it.
We never did that, but I highly recommend it.
Big Woods Food Challenge.
Talking about good movie video stuff.
Well, because I asked Eric off the air when you kill something and let's say it's huge, like Ray. What Ray got, he sent the picture. Big.
Well, that was an elk.
Oh, was it? Okay. We'll say
That
okay.
was an elk.
It
Yeah.
could question applies like you got to drag that thing somewhere, right? You're not
Uh-huh.
calling
No,
someone.
you're not dragging an elk. No, that's like a 4 to 6 man job to get that out of the
so
way.
you're
Right,
calling
that's a little
someone.
different
Yeah.
than a deer.
Now with whitetail, you can if you're many miles back in and you're by yourself or it's 1 or 2 guys,
Yeah.
it is way better to just pack it out, gut it,
You
skin
just
it.
field dress it.
Some
you
guys
just
would
take
cut it
care
up,
of-
quarter it,
Yeah.
take out the meat and the
Mhm.
head,
Right.
and let the skeleton lay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
But we typically drag them out. We're usually close enough that we can.
There's been that one hunt where I was 3.5 miles back in, the one I got
Yeah.
a couple years ago. That one, we should have done that, but then we found alternative ways to get it
and
out.
that's why even when you shoot a doe, like in the back of your mind, you're thinking where you're at.
Yeah.
Am I 3 miles back in? I am not shooting a doe and dragging
Oh,
that
I
sucker
see.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll shoot a big buck. That's worth it.
Right.
But I'm shooting a doe where I got clean, easy access. I don't have a far drag. So
smart. Never thought of that.
If you walk 3 miles back in, you're not going to shoot a doe.
You talk about kicking your butt,
you might do that
dragging
the first. That'd be like that's something you do the first time and you never do it again.
Right.
But again, some big guys just love the whole experience. Of like that whole challenge. But when you get back in that far, it changes everything. I mean, you're just thinking about walking back out because you're staying till dark. So deer see really well in low light. So early morning and right as the sun is setting is the best time to be in the woods. Now, some people might argue with that. Deer move a lot around noon as well. When thermals change, they often get up and they move and they shift around. But oftentimes they move right at daylight and sunset because of their eyesight. They can actually see better in low light. So you're wanting to stay in your spot until it's dark.
Yeah.
And now you got to get back. You got to turn your headlamp on. You got to climb down. You got to pack all your gear, and then you got to walk back out.
And you want to sneak out the way you snuck in. You just don't want to blow the woods up. There could be a deer 50 yards or 100 yards away. You don't want to chase out for the next day or whatever.
Right.
So you're always sneaking in and out.
Yeah. So you can be. I mean, there's been times. It's been hours after dark, so I got back to the cabin or back to the truck or wherever you're going.
Is it? And with archery and rifle season, are there different targets on the deer that you're looking to hit?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So you're aiming for the vitals, which are behind the front shoulder.
It's generally the same area, but we'll
you just want to hit the same.
We'll show you. Yeah. We'll get a picture and we'll show. Look, this is where you want to aim.
Yeah.
But the other challenge with archery even is it depends because sometimes when they recoil from the sound of the shot, they automatically drop down to recoil, and when they do that,
to start running.
Yeah, they hear the shot or the arrow whizzing, whatever. I don't know what they hear, but and their instinct is to drop and coil and run. Right. So they can actually drop sometimes 6-8 inches or even almost a foot.
Oh, wow. Very
and
far.
if you're too high, they'll duck under your arrow.
Oh, wow.
So
I saw it happen.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Ava took a crack with a crossbow at a doe at 30, 35 yards. And this thing was on high alert because it was starting to smell us.
Are you serious? Yeah. So in archery, they can duck the arrow sometimes. Yeah. It's weird because sometimes they won't duck, and the next time they will.
Okay.
So you might want to aim a little lower than archery, but a gun they're not ducking the bullet, so you can aim middle mass and let it rip. So that's a little bit different.
Okay. Yeah.
We'll talk about a little bit where to aim on the deer. You want to be pretty precise.
Yeah. I imagine before we go
aim
out,
small, miss small, right?
Yeah.
So when you're going out, because going up this weekend, everything's going to be good. We know that the weather's going to be a little bit warmer. Are you taking different gear out with you because of the weather change?
Clothing.
I mean, just less clothes.
Just clothing based, but everything else is kind of the same.
Pack lighter.
If it's super warm, you might pack a few more liquids or something. Extra water.
Do you have to worry about odor?
Absolutely. We obsess about odor.
I mean, more the better for sure.
Yeah. I mean, guys, there's a lot of guys that don't really worry about it a ton, but I think it's much smarter. Like, we wash our clothes. We keep them in Tupperware containers, sealed Tupperware containers. And then we'll ozonate our clothes to get our, like, we come in from the woods, we'll throw them in the ozonator.
We might be over the top, but yeah.
We'll throw them in the ozonator, throw them back in the sealed tub. I don't think that's over the top at all. And then we will spray down before we go back out. Like, we'll spray our clothes. So I won't even wear my hunting clothes in the truck.
Oh, because
I'll have my stuff in the sealed container. We drive out to the hunting location or whatever. If we're getting ready to walk out, I'll put it on right away. Then I have this scent cover spray, right? Spray our rubber boots down. I'm not wearing like clothes out of the boot. I'm spraying my boots. I'm spraying my clothes, my backpack, and everything. And there's one that we started using that I really like that I actually take out in the field. And every hour or 2 hours, I'll spray myself down.
What's
again.
it called?
Easy, wow.
What's
Scent Thief is the name of it. It's a newer product, but it's supposed to actually relax the glands in their nose so they can't smell as good.
Huh. Do they make like an antiperspirant?
Like
deodorant or something? Because
with
it being hot.
Laundry detergent, like
we
don't even wash our clothes close to hunting season in regular laundry detergent.
Well, no,
it's the Scent Thief type or some kind of scent control type.
Yeah,
right.
You can get deodorant. Some guys even do mouth spray for your breath.
You can wipe on your face.
The biggest thing, some people say that's all gimmick. Some people say it's great, and I think it definitely got to help.
But you have to watch.
You have to play your wind. That's the bottom line.
You want to do everything.
Yeah,
you have to play your wind.
Yeah.
Again, they say, and I think this is very accurately said, like a young buck or doe, right, will need 2 or 3 senses like smell, sight, or hear before they'll run. A mature buck needs one.
Just one.
If he either sees you, smells you, or hears you, he just needs one. He's gone. And they'll and like a mature or a young buck or a doe will they might just kind of wander off, or they'll kind of look around. Sometimes they'll come towards you out of curiosity. Not a buck, they're gone.
Yeah.
I mean, there's exceptions for everything.
The older ones are smart for a reason. It's because every season they're educated.
They're staying alive.
A lot of times, a 5 or 6 year old buck will have wounds or broadheads, or
really?
Like when they're in pressured areas, they encounter hunters. So every year they live, they get smarter.
Yeah.
And those guys are smart, man.
So
like you said, a doe might hear something coming, and he'll perk up and maybe see you in the distance. Then when he all of a sudden smells you, bam, he's gone.
Yeah.
But a buck, if he sees you or smells you, any of those one things, he's probably going to go.
Do the trail cams ever throw him off? Like, do they ever see
yeah.
the cam and they're like, I'm never coming here again or something like that?
I don't know if that's really the case. I think
they notice
some guys would like to make the case.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
That one buck that we were talking about earlier on our property, he is so cautious. I have a video of him coming in 2 times to the camera. We had a mineral site there. And he comes in, the camera takes a picture, and then the video kicks in.
Yeah.
And then when that video starts, his head comes up and he cautiously backs out.
Yeah.
He did that a couple times.
Wow.
And that's not, and then the next buck will come up and never move.
That same buck,
Yeah.
when I saw him that third morning after I had missed him, when he came down and hit that scent line, he literally backed up a couple steps, and then he turned around and walked around the backside of the tree. He stopped cold and backed up.
Deer are like people. They have different personalities.
So crazy.
You have ones that are easygoing, and you have ones that are extremely cautious, and you have ones that are bullies. I mean, it's just seriously.
Yeah. Wow.
They're like people.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That blows my mind.
Semi, we're coming for you.
We call him Semi. He's going down this year.
Yeah, the naming deer has gotten a little out of hand, but it's still, you have to, when you're like texting, we're texting back and forth, we're talking about the buck and the trail cameras. If you don't have names, it's just hard to define.
You can only call so many of them the Big 8. You gotta, we don't name a ton of them, but the more normal routine ones on our property, we'll give them
name them.
But back to what you were saying about size and stuff like that. Like, it's all dependent on the area you're hunting.
Yeah.
I think we talked about that last time a little bit.
I might have touched on it, yeah.
But
dude,
for you
guys, kill something so I can watch you gut it.
That's
whatever you do, don't gut it until I come. I want to document it.
Yeah.
That's fun. Yeah. I hope we can get more time in than less up there this year. So opening weekend, we're still organizing, we're still planning. And I think you guys look at your schedules and whatnot. It's not as important the beginning of the season, right?
Right.
As you get into like the 3rd week of October, so the mature buck or all their testosterone is starting to rise, right? And it gets heated. But so by like Halloween, things are starting to get like, it's good time to start being in the woods.
Yeah.
And as you get into that early November, like I personally still think November like 3rd through the 10th
in our area specifically,
it's like the best time to be.
Yeah.
I think that those dates are fairly steady across the country, but there's some variables, southern versus northern.
It definitely it varies, but it all depends on when the doe in that area come into heat, basically.
Yeah.
And those bucks start going nuts and just looking for these doe in heat, man. So they're traveling, searching, just constantly looking for these.
And if Eric and I make it up there this season quite a few times, is there a good possibility and I get my tags, we'll get
it's
something?
It's directly related to the amount of time you put in.
Dude, if you don't want to shoot a huge buck, if you're not going to hold out for something big, and you put the time in, I think you have a good chance.
Good chance.
I would say.
That's crazy.
But it's
like you said, how much time.
Yeah.
And it's like so impossible to tell how you guys are going to respond, because it really is tiring. I mean, hunting will wear you down. So we do this rut week where we go up from that core time, like 7 days in and around that time, we're hunting a lot.
Yeah.
And it wears you out. But thankfully the Phillies are hot again this year.
Yeah.
So we'll come in from hunting, watch the Phillies in the World Series. It is the best time, but you're shot. And like the third hunt, right?
Well,
you're sometimes you're burned out.
When we did some of them all day sits, that's when it really, there's some days when it's really peak and the deer are really active. We'll go out in the morning and sit till dark.
Yeah.
And that takes some serious patience, man.
That will wear you down.
That's a long day. And that one little spot in a tree stand, your butt's starting to get numb. And
So generally we were hunting more. Me personally, based on our property and the areas we're hunting, I think there's a slight edge to evening hunts, evening sits.
Well, especially early of the season.
Yeah.
So you're
for
going
sure.
out at like noon, and then you're hunting till dark. So you get set up. It's 1, 2 o'clock, depending how far back, and you're going sometimes later.
Right.
So you're doing
Right.
average like 3-4 hour sits.
Or you'll hunt till
Right.
the
It's
morning
manageable.
till
That's not too
10
bad.
and then go back out in the
Yeah.
afternoon. That's
Nice.
doable. That's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. Well, that's
No.
also for us too. Right over here, we have public land 12 minutes away,
Yeah.
which is awesome
keep
for us. So
forgetting
like,
about that.
yeah, so once because I have tags over here, we all have our tags here. So you
Yep.
have to get on those. So once you get your tags, then we actually can make our way out right over there, which is awesome.
That'd be
And
cool.
we should
So-
check if there's any doe tags left in any of these areas. Because
Yeah, but we all have tags already, right?
No, but I
Let's
mean
say
for-
if-
for
he
Hayden,
doesn't.
If you
I'll
don't have
film.
any.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, you really, honestly, just being out there. In the
Oh,
woods,
yeah.
it's
Mhm.
You guys in the learning
You
phase.
can watch me, dude. I'll get something.
I'll get some good
Don't
footage.
worry.
Don't worry.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's hard. It's hard. It's difficult until you kind of learn some of the basics and have it down.
Mhm.
This
Yeah.
first year is just a crapshoot. Just go out there and have fun.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And learn to get set up in your spot.
the biggest challenge this year might be is they're going to have to do a lot of ground hunting without tree stands.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. We can pick
So,
some up.
so that'll
too.
make it a
That's
little bit more of a
tricky, yeah.
challenge if you do that. But still, I mean, we'll find spots.
Yeah.
Quick,
That'd be good.
quick question: why do hunters wear orange vest?
So
So you don't get shot?
Well, yeah,
Just safety.
exactly. So deer are,
I
they're
think.
colorblind to orange. They can't see it, right? So I still think having broken up patterns is ideal. So if you get orange stuff to have it kind of be the broken patterns, I think is optimal. But it doesn't really matter. They can't see orange.
Well, the
Yeah.
bottom line is this is the reason because it's law.
Yeah.
Oh, is
in, in gun season, you have to wear orange. It's a
But
safety
not-
thing.
not-
You want to
only
wear
in,
orange.
only in rifle season,
Right. Archery season, you can wear full camo. You don't need any
because
orange.
people
Really?
are only
But
shooting
rifle
stuff close
season,
range.
You have to have a
Oh, if you
vest,
could see.
so many inches of blaze orange, and an orange hat.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That's just the Pennsylvania
Because
law.
if
Yeah.
you're using a rifle, I mean, you can shoot deer 200 yards away
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
further. So if you're shooting some of these big ravines and hollows and whatever, you can see something move. And there's crazy guys out there.
Oh, believe me, we know of this one guy we used to hunt with. He's shot at stumps already, thinking they're a deer.
Oh
Yeah,
gosh.
So you in gun season, you want orange.
you want
Yeah.
orange when
Yeah.
you're walking
Archery's
around
different.
for sure.
You're
it's like
not far away.
that movie Wedding Crashers. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
When they went dove
Yeah.
or is it dove hunting?
So yeah, you need a little bit of orange for gun season,
Yeah.
but
do you guys generally wear like a little bit of orange or anything on you, or do you
Not
just go
archery
full
season.
camo?
Archery.
Not archery
Yeah.
because everything's close range again.
Got it.
no one's going to mistake you from a deer 200 yards down range
Mhm.
in archery season.
Well, they're not
Yeah.
going to shoot that far.
Right, they can't.
Yeah.
So it's
Watch me.
he's just shooting.
Yeah.
That sounds so
Yeah.
exciting. It
Of course,
sounds,
if you use a crossbow, I guess it's possible.
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
And I'm beyond excited. Like that's like with this time finally coming up, and after months of prepping with you guys and being a part of it, for me helping out with the food plots and kind of you guys having us up at the cabin, it's just I'm beyond excited.
You're back,
Yeah,
recover
personally.
from pulling all his rocks off the plots.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that was something.
there are a lot. Yeah.
The
Hayden, your
difficult
turn
thing,
Yeah,
year.
I'm next.
the difficult thing next
He's
is
rock boy next year.
Yeah.
I'll be rock boy. Then
yeah,
initiation.
right, picking up all those rocks.
Yeah. Oh,
The
man.
difficult thing though is carving out the time
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
to hunt. Like that is challenging. I mean, look how busy we are, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that's the majority of hunters out there. And that's another barrier to entry thing. It's very difficult, guys. It's very time consuming. It's like saying, "Hey, I love golfing and I want to go once a week." We'll stack all that on top of a month and a half,
Right.
right? So it's and so it's tricky, and that's why we didn't hunt for a lot of years, as much or in archery season because of time. We
Yeah,
were
it's
busy. I
tough.
was raising a family.
Yeah.
I was running a business, and it's just tricky. It's
Mm.
very
Yeah.
difficult.
And that's
So-
why after this weekend, especially after this weekend, it's going to be more strategic hunts,
Yeah.
right? We're not just going to say in 3 weeks we're going up. We're going to watch the weather. When the weather's right, bam, we're going.
Right.
You're planning it, doing that prep work. You're
Yeah.
putting the time in, just like you talked about percentages earlier about the average 2%. You're doing what you can so you can go up less
Now, over the
and
rut,
still increase it.
You can kind of just figure on it's going to be good. But
Yeah.
otherwise, it's hunting cold fronts and
Yeah.
Mhm.
being real
This
strategic.
weekend's just to get up there.
If you-
Opening season.
Yeah, we
right?
got to get
Yeah.
up opening
Yeah,
season.
you got to go.
Yeah,
opening
and there's
weekend.
something really special about shooting a deer or a mature buck in early season because it's harder. If you watch, jump on YouTube and start watching videos of guys hunting, it's funny because guys will hunt. They shoot them in November,
Yeah.
right? But if you start shooting buck early season, you're getting really dialed in. Because
Yeah.
a lot of guys struggle to shoot them early season.
They're harder, but if you pattern one, they're their normal patterns more early season,
Mhm.
which is one advantage. But then later when they're starting to rut, they're just running all over you. More chance of them running.
But
into
they
you.
also change their movement about this time.
They
as
change
well.
from the food to from the fields to the acorns, so their patterns constantly shift through the year.
Yeah.
So it's a never-ending game.
Yeah, that's
I
a whole
love
other
it.
thing. That's a
I
whole other
love
thing
it.
to
That's
learn
fun.
is the changing of their feed or where they feed, where they browse, where they bed
Mhm.
Right.
as the season changes. Yeah.
That's
But this
fun.
weekend, we gotta get at least one doe. We got to get at least one doe.
I hope
At least
so,
one
man.
That's
doe.
my goal. One or two
Someone's
doe.
got to get
Doe-
something.
Something's got to die.
Yeah.
We should be able to.
Yeah.
There's spots where we can basically go out and it's almost a guarantee.
Really?
Not that you
It's-
hit one, but we got
It's
some
still
locations
hunting.
where
Yeah.
I get doe. If the wind is good, there's a doe in that plot every night.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right. So, but it's tricky. Again, we're hunting hill country. We're not hunting the Midwest with all the fields and farm edges. We're hunting the big woods.
Mhm.
Everything's tougher in the big woods.
We're in the Appalachians, right? Part
No.
of it? No.
Well, no, we're not in the Appalachian.
Okay.
That's further south and runs
Okay.
up through like the Carolinas. And
I got to learn my geography. Sorry.
Yeah.
But,
The,
that's
the
yeah.
Hey, man,
Appalachian
when
Trail
I
runs
moved
up-
here, I didn't even know where Pennsylvania was on a map. Okay, we're
It's pretty
from, we're from
it's pretty far
California.
from
There's only
California.
one dang
Yeah.
state, and that's it.
Yeah.
Actually, there's three. It's California, Texas, and Florida. That's the big three.
Yeah.
Besides that, man, Rye had us do a map test. She made Hayden.
I
do
did
it,
pretty
too.
good.
Oh my
I
goodness.
He
pretty
did pretty
good. Yeah.
decent. I think I got like 11 states right.
So
Oh,
just
Like,
like,
just the,
Like
the
just checking the
geography
outline?
of it. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
Being from
like a blank
California,
map.
you're taught California is the thing.
probably
that's
That's
the
hard
it.
only
to think.
place.
It's there. That's the only place
Yeah.
that matters. So what's the point?
There's a lot of cool places in this country.
I know.
Yeah.
Ray just got that elk, like he was saying.
Where did he shoot an
maybe I'll put it up on the
Wyoming.
screen.
Was he out in Wyoming? That's
Have you
cool.
have you guys ever gone anywhere else for to hunt or
Oh,
just home base?
I thought you were going to ask if we did any elk hunting. That's something
Oh.
we've never done.
Yeah,
but
No elk hunting
no
either.
elk hunting.
Okay.
Pennsylvania, New York. I never hunted Maryland, and I'm not sure why.
Mhm.
Again, we really just got into it hardcore in the last 6 years.
Okay.
And what we
Grew
did
up
was
hunting.
just concentrated at our cabin, get
Right.
that established. So we're just now starting to maybe branch out a little
Yeah,
bit.
that's fair.
So
Yeah,
hopefully in
cool.
the future.
Well, as we're wrapping this up right now, what is some final advice you can give to us newcomers coming in to our very first season?
Oh,
What's some
man.
advice? Like it could be like one little thing from each of you.
My advice is hunt 1 year before you buy much stuff.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna go out there and one of you guys might be like, oh man, I don't know about this hobby.
Mhm.
This is crazy because it's a lot of time, it's a lot of money, and
Yeah.
it's just not for everyone, right?
Right.
I mean, regardless, we're gonna have fun because there's so many more things to do than just hunt, right? Just put some time in, see how you like, and go from there.
Yeah.
And that's the
That's
advice
good.
I give to any new hunter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is get out there, find somebody who can kind of mentor you.
Mhm.
Get out there and give it a try. People, you guys that are like sitting on the fence, get out there and hunt and get out in nature and turn your phone off. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't turn my phone off.
This
Right,
guy
you
right
guys
here.
need to.
Oh my gosh.
But getting out into
The
the,
test
woods.
is sitting there for 3 hours and not looking
Yeah.
at your phone.
we did that. No, actually, we had it out because we were taking TikTok videos and stuff last
Yeah.
time turkey hunting.
We did pretty good.
Yeah, we did.
Hayden was out there dancing, doing little TikTok dances.
No
He's like,
way,
look at
not
me,
me.
man.
Yeah.
We barely
That-
spoke that first time because
I didn't know what
we
to
didn't
do.
know- we didn't know each other.
Act.
I didn't know what to do.
We didn't know each other.
That's funny.
Like, I don't know if I was like, hi, Myron, or hey, Myron, how's it going?
didn't know if
I
you
just
could whisper
kept my
or
mouth
anything.
shut.
Your eyes
That's
were on
awesome.
saucers the whole time.
Yeah, but it was cool
Great.
because you were doing the calls. I
And
mean,
me and
we were
Eric
just-
were up there in that food plot just yapping.
Yeah,
we
we
were
were talking
hanging
the
out.
I
whole
saw your
time.
guys' videos and
No wonder
stuff.
you didn't see anything.
Oh,
I
no, we
felt
saw
like
a couple
we-
deer,
yeah,
right?
yeah, we saw a
Oh, yeah,
couple.
we saw deer.
Oh man, we didn't see anything. Maybe we should have been
No.
talking.
We saw
Yeah,
three
maybe.
on
Oh,
like three
you guys
different
did.
occasions.
That's right.
Yeah, we got some
Yeah. You
guys
awesome
did.
footage, remember?
Yeah.
But I would say too, just as far as advice for you guys, don't get overwhelmed with everything there is to learn about hunting.
Right.
Just don't even go there. Just go out the first couple of times, have fun, enjoy it, like he said.
Mhm.
Just get out in the woods and see if you can get a deer down and
Yeah.
see if it's what you want. And you don't have to get all the gear right away. You just every year just improve a little bit, get more into it. Just enjoy the process,
Yeah, that's
man.
awesome.
It's got to be fun.
Yeah.
If it's too overwhelming, what's the point?
Yep.
It's you got enough of things to do in life.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not fun. It's not worth doing it. So just enjoy it and take it as it comes.
Yeah.
man.
The cabin
absolutely.
life alone is worth it.
Oh yeah, hanging
I was
out in the
gonna
cabin.
say,
is-
yeah.
Yeah.
If all the fun we do, that's still the best.
Right.
Come in at night, hang out. That's
Yeah.
fun.
I
Yeah,
love it.
that was so fun last time. So super excited as
Yeah.
well. Super
Yeah,
excited.
let's get up there.
Let's
We're all
get it. Let's
stoked.
do it.
Thank
We'll
you
keep
guys.
you guys posted
Yeah.
as the year goes on.
Let's do
Yeah.
it, man.
Thank you.
All
God
right.
bless.
Sweet.
Yep. God bless.